Hi guys, welcome back to Informed Beauty. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. So usually I'm very positive when I talk about products that I really enjoy, my favorites, like I did my March favorites video that I'll be posting, or maybe I would have already posted it by the time you see this video. But today I want to do a video about products that I either really don't like, or I'm meh about, or I just expected them to be better and I was disappointed. So let's get started. So this I already discussed in my Shany video, and this is a set of blushes that came in my massive Shany or Shany kit that I received from my boyfriend for my birthday. Now I like Shany eyeshadows, but the blushes I found were too pigmented. So I'll bring this up a little bit closer to the camera. Again, the camera is washing them out quite a bit. And I find with blushes, sometimes it's not super great to have a blush too pigmented or very pigmented, because then it's difficult to blend. And that's what I find happens with these blushes, is that they're just too difficult to blend. So that's me swatching some of them on my hand. And they're really nice colors, like don't get me wrong, it's just there's a lot of fallout I find with them. So I had a hard time figuring out how to make it look good on my face, and really, who has time for that, right? So I just kind of gave up on them, and they kind of sit in my pack, and I use the eyeshadows, and I just don't touch the blushes. Maybe I'll have a friend take a look at them, maybe they'll find a way to use them. I do have a friend that manages to make use of the products that I absolutely hate, so maybe I'll give it to her and see what she makes of it. And the next product is the Blushed Nudes by Maybelline. So this is a set of eyeshadows that I purchased, I think, last summer. And I just thought the colors were very pretty. And I know that Maybelline comes out with pretty good makeup for a drugstore. Unfortunately, I wasn't too impressed with the quality. Now, it's not horrible, but I find that it's difficult to get a good amount of color or pigmentation on my eyelids, especially if I'm using a brush. So what I've been doing is, the few times that I actually used a lot of this last summer when I had less eyeshadows, but now I have better eyeshadows and I don't really reach for this as much. But back when I used it a lot, what I would do is I actually would use my fingers to apply the eyeshadow on my eyelids, and that I found gave me more color, because they're very soft and very they're not, I don't even know how to describe it. It's not like a dry powder. It's almost like it has a lot of moisture in it, for lack of a better word. So it just kind of sticks to the brush and falls off, and then none of it gets to your eyelid. So I find with my fingers it does work better. So this is me swatching it. Like, it just kind of clumps. It's like almost like those cream pots that you see from Elf, but not as creamy. So I don't know. I find that it was easier to use with my fingers. So that's it swatched right there. And the pigment on this particular shadow is really good. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. I can't seem to get there we go. Yeah, so it is quite pigmented, but some of them aren't. So I, as you can tell, used a lot of this particular eyeshadow right here. The one where you're starting to see where I'm hitting pan. So that one I really liked the color, and the pigmentation was better. But with some of them, well, I guess it's a color, like I'm just swatching a really light pink here. I mean, it's not meant to be super visible, but mainly for me, the pigmentation wasn't there for a lot of the eyeshadows, and it just wasn't showing up on my eyelids as much as I would like to, and it was hard to use. It's just the texture was off for me. So it's not the worst eyeshadow palette out there, but I don't really find myself reaching for it, especially now that I have my Urban Decay palettes, or my Urban Decay palette, my Naked palette, so and a few other shadows that I prefer more. Next product is this Clinique mascara. So this is a mascara that I got from one of my friends who was decluttering. This is another friend who was decluttering. I have had two friends that decluttered and gave me a bunch of stuff, so I feel super lucky. Of course, there's always going to be a few products here or there where you try it and you're like, so this is, like I said, a mascara. I don't find it does much to my eyelashes. So it makes them a little bit darker, and it looks like it would be pretty good, right? I mean, the wand doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't make my eyelashes longer. It doesn't add volume to my lashes. It just kind of sits there, and my eyelashes almost look less, it looks like I have less eyelashes almost, but they look a little bit darker. So really, it doesn't do much for my lashes. It might be a good first layer mascara before I put on my regular mascara. I'll try this out some more and see if I can put more layers on, but so far I haven't been very impressed. I've only used it once though, so we'll give it another shot. Another product is the Maybelline Masterpiece by Eye Studio. So this is an eyeliner. And I wanted an eyeliner with a bigger felt tip, because usually I use one of those dip pots where it's like a smaller tip and you need to be more precise with it, which I still find works better for me than this. What I do like about this is that it has a nice larger applicator, and it's still very precise at the tip, like it's very sharp at the tip, but it's soft. My issue is that and I've tried a few of these. I got one for my friend, and this one I purchased on my own from the drugstore. It's from Maybelline. And I just find that they're not as pigmented as my, for example, Essence eyeliner that I talked about in my previous video. Like, that eyeliner has so much pigmentation. Like, it's just like, boom, jet black. This, I find I have to put on several layers and it's still not black enough. And it's not because it's like super watery like some eyeliners that I've heard are, and some YouTube people have talked about. This is more like it's not liquidy enough for me. I prefer eyeliners that are more liquidy, I guess, and maybe more pigmented, because this just doesn't do it for me. Like today I tried using it again and I found I reached back to my Essence eyeliner and I had to go over it because this just wasn't giving me the pigmentation I wanted, the amount of black that I wanted. So nice applicator, but I just haven't been able to find a eyeliner that I really like besides those dip pot ones with the smaller tips, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Next product is yet another product that I received from one of my friends. So this is Etude House. It's a Korean makeup brand called Magic. Maybe that's another line that they have. And it's basically like a grain correcting powder. So let me try and get this up to the camera so you can see it. So this is one of those things that she ordered online, and I don't know why she didn't like it, but she gave it to me, and I found that it was just too light for my skin. Like, I looked like a ghost when I put it on. When you open it, there's like a usual applicator you see for powders, and then it's nice that they have a mirror, and then there's also a holder for the actual, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a holder for the actual powder puff, so that it doesn't sit on top of the actual product, which I like. Then when you get into the actual product, you press on the sponge. It's almost like a sponge-like material inside. Again, I apologize, you can't really see much. And then when I press into it, some of the product gets onto my puff. It's just like, you can tell that it's green, but it goes on too light. Like, it looks like I'm wearing a ghost mask when I put it on. And it also makes my face itchy, so I just haven't reached for it. I tried it once and it just didn't do what I was hoping it would do for me. Instead, I've used the e.l.f.'s tone adjusting primer in the green color, and that seems to reduce some of the red splotches that I tend to have on my face. But I would like to try more Asian makeup brands and see what's out there, because there are some really good things. And I always joke around with my friends that I have this yellow undertone to my skin, so maybe some of the Asian makeup brands would work well for me because I have more of that yellowish cast to my skin. And I'm assuming that makeup brands, or I've actually been told that Asian makeup brands will often have less of a pink undertone to their like foundation, for example, or primers, which I think would actually work better with my undertones, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Another product is something that came in my Ipsy bag a few months ago. This is Ciate London's Gelology Top Coat. So I was really excited to get it, and I feel like it kind of disappointed me, but maybe I need to use it a little more to figure out if it actually is good or not. So I thought that it would prevent chipping, and it really did not. I feel like it actually was worse, and I had more chipping than I get with some other top coats that I use or have used in the past. But I recently discovered a really good base coat from Essence, so I will try pairing it up with this and see if that makes a difference for my nail polish and how much it chips. Because I really want to like this. Like, I've heard good things about it, or maybe I'm just biased because I'm assuming, well, it's Ciate London, so it must be good. But I really want to try it and keep trying it and figure out a way that it would work for me, because I like the formula, or I like the way it feels on my nails when I put it on. Like, it's got that gel finish and looks nice, and I like the brush. It's quite a large brush, so you don't have to swipe over your nails multiple times. And second last product is Herbal Essence's Dry Shampoo Body Envy Instant Clean and Lightweight Fresh Feel. So I don't know if you guys have watched my other videos, but there was a I don't remember which video this was. This was a few videos back where I talk about dry shampoo and how the only dry shampoo I've liked was Batiste dry shampoo, and that's the only shampoo that actually gives me volume. So one day I was like, well, why not try Herbal Essences? Because I'd never tried any other dry shampoos before. Well, it just didn't do much. It really did not do anything. It smells okay. I'm not even sure what scent this is, but it did not give my roots any volume. Maybe a little bit, but I found Batiste did a much better job. So really, this has been sitting here in my apartment, and it really has not been used. It's actually still quite full. So I'm not sure. I might pass this on to somebody, or maybe I'll eventually use it up, because I mean, it does a little bit, but it really doesn't. It doesn't do very much compared to my Batiste dry shampoo. And the last product is these eyeshadows that, again, my friend gave me, but this was a few years ago. This is Glam Eyes HD Rimmel London eyeshadow. So I have a bunch of different colors here. This is like a khaki, brown, and khaki set, and then there's a pink and purple set. They're nice colors. They're really pigmented eyeshadows. Like, I don't have a huge complaint about the quality of the actual eyeshadow. This is more purples and pinks. There's lots of different colors. She gave me like 10 of these. But the thing is, I never reach for them. And the reason is, they're just not practical to use. So look at how tiny the different colors are. So maybe the cross here is okay. But even that, like, it's hard to get your brush in there. With a finger, it's okay, but I don't usually use a finger to apply eyeshadow. And it looks really nice. Like, this was not a good place to swatch, but I swatched it right here. It's quite pigmented. It looks nice on the eyes. Like, the quality of the eyeshadow is quite velvety. I like it. It's just the packaging I'm not a big fan of. Like, my friend, she used a tiny, tiny little brush, and you can tell that she had used up this little section here. I'm never ever going to use those colors. They're just too hard to get at with a brush. Like, it's not practical to me, so then I don't end up reaching for it, which is really unfortunate because I like the eyeshadows and I would like to use them. So that's pretty much it for me today. I'm really getting into the groove of doing YouTube videos, so I'm super excited. I'm experimenting with different backgrounds. As you probably can tell, it's a different background in this video. I usually have my green blanket up behind me. This time it's draped back there. So I'm experimenting. Let me know what your thoughts are on my videos. Let me know what you would like to see in my videos. And of course, please like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.